Hey, what's up, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. This is Janoy with Trading the Charts Pro. And guys, I'm here with one more session of Market Outlook where we're going to look at the overall market, S&P 500 futures E-mini. And we're going to look at the technicals as well as user experience, to make a projection as to where we see this market going into this coming week so that we can have a clear game plan as to how we're going to jump into this market and make our daily income, or how we're going to manage the trades that we're currently swinging in this current market right here. All right, so let's jump on into the charts and let's just break it down so that we all know at least what I'm thinking and how I'm looking at this. Before I do that, guys, I want to say hey to all my subscribers here on the channel. I know I never took a minute to say hey, thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope that you're finding some value here. And if you're also a new viewer here on the channel, I ask that you please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so that when I put out my next video, you'll definitely be one of the first persons to get notified when I go live. Okay, all right, let's jump into the charts and break it down. All right, so guys, man, last week was pretty interesting. All right, so on the last Market Outlook, we did talk about this big channel that the market has run into, which is very nice because if you understand how price action typically move, it gives you a little bit of clue as to what is next. How do we know what is going to happen next? And guys, the market will always give you hint after hint after hint. All right, so typically when the market is moving up, the market will move up big, and then we have a sideways consolidation, and then from there the market will move or break out and continue higher. So what I'm actually saying is that the market move up, typically pause, consolidate, and then it moves higher. Right, that's how the market moves. If the market is moving down, it's the same thing. The market will drop, consolidate, and then it continues down. So basically what this is showing me from this very big run pre-COVID, which is the bottom of the market, and now we have pretty much been going sideways, which is just a pause, a quick consolidation. At least this hasn't been quick. This market has pretty much been consolidating since September. Now we're in November, so that's a 2 months consolidation. All right, but what are we really seeing right now? What hints are we seeing, and where are the hints telling us that the market is looking to go? All right, also tonight I'm actually using my Charles Schwab charts, so if they look a little bit different, yes, I'm not in Ninja Trader. It was just easier to pull this up in the cloud, and we can work here to see a different chart and make sure we're following everything as we should be. All right, so I like to do that here and there. All right, so guys, we have this resistance here from September, which was the top of the market. Market pulled down, run up, made a lower high, right? And that pushed us down. But when we come back down here, now we got the one tap, we got the two tap, and now this becomes a big W pattern, or we can say that the market is just in a channel. However, since last week when we were right here, I said hey, we're back into the resistance now, so is either we break out or we pull back before we attempt to go higher. All right, so we didn't get the latter, we got the first projection, which the market just run out and break out. Remember I said whenever we do break out, in order for the market to have a confirm or a safe, I don't know if safe is the best word, but in order for the continuation to be proven, the market has to come back, retest the old resistance, right? It has to come back and test the old resistance, and now the old resistance is supposed to be support before we're able to go higher. All right, so basically when we got the breakout, it didn't close high, we didn't get a continuation higher. Before the end of the day, you know, the bears came in and they just sell this thing right back down, pretty much almost down lower, but they weren't able to sell it off. So that was a very, very good sign. And from there, what do we have? So we pretty much have this pattern right here just turning into a quick bull flag consolidation, and now we're looking to get the breakout, and from here pretty much start to run higher. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. We are pretty much out a little bit above the resistance already, so I'm pretty much anticipating that we push higher. Now it's gonna be interesting when we get back up here, can we sustain that? Does that make sense? So I am not saying that we're going to be able to sustain. I'm going to be watching it cautiously, because the last time we got up here, it has been nothing but selling. All right, so I will be watching this very, very closely to see, can we hold this breakout and then move higher from this 3,666 level. All right, that's what I'm going to be looking for. But I'm pretty much 100% bullish bias at this point, because when I look at this pattern here, this is, you know, a classic bullish W, and then at the end of the W, now we have the end turning into a bull flag, which I'm anticipating to break out and go higher. All right, that's on the big picture. Now, if we go down a little bit and we look at this thing on the hourly chart, what are we seeing? All right, this is very important. Multiple time frame analysis. You got to layer the time frames to see where are the low risk opportunities for you to take, you know, potential trades. You have to see what's going on within that daily candle and what are the low risk areas to take a trade, as well as what are the patterns that are repeating themselves over and over that you can, you know, take a 80% probability and make a projection that you can make money on this pattern, because it has presented itself over and over and over and over. All right, so this was the breakout here, guys. We break out, we run higher, and then from there we got a bearish engulfing candle. That shows you that there is significant selling right up here. And then from there, what happened? We throw, so let me clean this up. From there, we throw a quick, so we bearish engulfing, now we throw a bear flag. And once you see the bear flag and we get the bottom dropped out, guys, we're going lower. Okay, so we come back down into the support, and from there the market has been consolidating, and now you can see we started to tick up. So on the hourly time frame, now we have to look and say, okay, can we get back up to this resistance here? Right, so are we gonna pull back a little bit here and then try to come back up to this resistance? That's what I'm pretty much seeing right here right now. I'm not really looking to see this thing break back down to this downside. All right, so that is it for the ES. Let's jump on over to one of my new favorite, man, the Nasdaq. I actually, for some reason, started to fall in love with the Nasdaq because it moves so fast, so quick, and it's just big money really quick. All right, so again, right around September, same time the ES topped out, we had the NQ topping out, major selling on the daily. So man, we run up and we had a major bearish engulfing back here, and this thing just took us lower. From there we recovered, but again we made the lower high here. We weren't able to come back up to the resistance, and then we pulled back down into the very same support that we held right around this level. From there we bounce and we run up to the resistance, but we are met with significant selling at this level. So you can see this candle opened here, it ran up, but then it later sold off and actually closed lower, hence we pull back. Now this is a very interesting setup right here, guys, because I'll say we have to be cautious. Though we pull back to the support right here and now we're gonna bounce, I do not like this setup here on tech, because you know we have price running up. Now we pull back a little bit. I'm very cautious of this because I do feel like this can just break and come back down here. I don't know if it's gonna come all the way back to the bottom of the channel, but there is a possibility that this thing can pull here and make a quick double tap before double tap, meaning you know we hit support twice, and then I'm looking for this to turn into a double pattern and then move back up. That's one way I'm looking at it. The second way is that this thing can just, you know, continue to chug on and come back up here. But I just want to say, whenever I see price, you know, run up and then it just got slammed down and then it gradually starts to recover, I'm very cautious with that pattern, because a lot of times we will see the bear flag that price falls and then it start to recover like this, only to break down and come down lower. A lot of times when it does break and come down lower time, that pattern will actually, you know, end up becoming a one type of support, two type of support, and then we bounce, and then this pattern will head back higher 9 times out of 10. So right here, right now, I'm looking cautiously on this to see, do we pull back down and then try to go higher, or do we just, you know, chop and go straight back up to the top? All right, that's what I'm looking at on the daily time frame. If we switch over and go into the hourly time frame, we can see that, you know, after tech sold off right around, come on my pen, sold off right around the resistance, we came down into the support. We have to be able to identify these levels clearly, because they play a significant role in where the market goes next. All right, and then we can see we build a base here, we pushed out of it, nice bull flag at this level, break up, and then ever since we've just pretty much been trading in this sideways box right here. So if we do get a breakout of this box, then we're pretty much coming back to test the top and on the daily resistance over there, because this is the same level at 12,400. So I want to see, when the market gets back to this resistance level, can we break out and then we move higher? Okay, so that is the summary of the outlook for this week. I'm still bullish bias, you know, in anticipation of everything continue to move the way it is moving. We already have a sentiment change, which the market now start to feel like we're going back a little bit towards normalcy, except COVID-19 is still somewhat of a issue. But you know, the scientists are working really hard, and I do think that at some point we will have a vaccine. So right around now, you know, I'm rolling back into airlines, I'm rolling back into those riskier stocks that have not recovered like tech have recovered. You know, I'm actually applying the scaling in method. So if I wanted to own 500 shares of a specific stock, you know, I'm probably in around 200 shares right now, and I'm watching how the market move before I gradually add to that position to, you know, at some point have the entire position that I want to be holding in those stocks. Right? So the market is always forward thinking, so you know, you do have to at some point start to prepare. You know, yes, COVID-19 is getting worse, but do we know more about the virus now than we did, you know, back in February, back in March, back in June? I'd say yes. Are we a lot closer to a vaccine now than we were back in January when we didn't know about this market? Obviously, yes. In May, obviously, yes. So, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I'm making gradual plays in preparation for when, you know, everything gets back to normal. Right? So guys, if you like this market outlook, don't forget to hit that like button. Put your comments down below the video, and I'll be down there, you know, answering any question, or I'm open to seeing, you know, what is your perspective as to where the market is going to go and why. You know, let's talk, let's grow, and let's learn something, you know, from each other. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.